Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Rainman, and this is going to be my first ever video game review. So basically, how this is going to go is I'm going to review a game that I have or have played, and I am going to break it down by sections. And if you want to keep up on the screen, I'll put down what I am reviewing, what part of the game I am reviewing, as a matter of fact. And my last section will include my overall rating, which will include my personal opinion about the game, and I will rate it on three levels. Either it's a bronze, which is me saying it's not that good or don't waste money on it with my explanation. I will say silver, which is like it's playable, but then again, you may have to go through this and this. Or I could say it's gold, with meaning, you know what? I recommend this game for anyone that's blah blah blah. So without further ado, let's go on with the review of what I'm reviewing. So the game I'm going to review today happens to be called WWE 13. This game was released on October 30th, 2012, and 3 days later I happened and got my hands on it. Just holding that cover with the disc sealed inside of it just made me more anxious just to play it. As a wrestling fanatic, it just made me more curious, more anxious, more impatient just to play the damn game. And you know, each of the WWE games had their own uniqueness, whether it's Raw versus SmackDown or whether it was WWE 12 or 13. 2009 was all about the innovation of tag team. 2008 was the whole uniqueness of hardcore. 2007 was don't just watch it, live it. This one happens to be the Attitude Era, and the Attitude Era was one of the best eras you can ever watch, you could ever be part of. And, as a wrestling fan, it made me want to relive it again. Even for those who haven't watched wrestling that long, they would want to play this just to see what's so great about it. So, without further ado, let's go on to the new mode that they put in, which is called the Attitude Era. So by choosing the Attitude Era mode, you not only get to be part of, but you also get to relive the most epic moments that ever happened inside the Attitude Era. For example, you get to play storylines such as The Rise of DX, Austin 316, The Brothers of Destruction, The Great One, and Mankind. The others, they're just epic matches that actually happened. Like not epic matches, but more like epic moments that happened in matches. But yeah, and first off, you start off as Shawn Michaels from The Rise of DX. Um, Throughout this whole mode, it's all about the Monday Night Wars between Raw and WCW. Um, and it ends right when Vince McMahon had bought WCW. Now, when you play these matches, a lot of them have objectives. This is what I call the attitude moments. They're gonna have some attitude moments that you're gonna have to complete. For example, when you play Undertaker, and it says throw Mick Foley, my bad, Mankind off of the Hell in a Cell and pin him, you're gonna have to do that. Once you complete these attitude moments objectives, you will unlock either a character, an arena, a costume, whatever. You can unlock something just by completing these attitude objectives. So now that I gave y'all an in-depth detail about the Attitude Era mode, I want to talk about more about the match types that they have and give y'all a little bit of details about them. So one thing that they brought back happens to be the whole King of the Ring. You could have up to four or six competitors inside one King of the Ring competition. Now, you get to have singles match. You can make it like a one-on-one singles match, just an original singles match, or you can have it as one-on-one backstage brawl, a Hell in a Cell, Iron Man, ladder, last man standing, steel cage, submission, table, TLC, Extreme Rules, or even an arena brawl. If you're feeling a little bit tired from the whole King of the Ring tournament, then you can stop, save your progress, and come back to it whenever you want. If you happen to finish the King of the Ring by playing it and become the King of the Ring, then you may have unlocked a character and an achievement. Another thing that they brought back happens to be the special referee. This match is pretty both sides, you know. Reason why I say that is because you are in control of the match. You get to count fast, count slow, count them out. If they're tapping out, you can choose to ring the bell or not. Uh, you can actually let them use weapons if you want, and you can even attack them. You can even attack the wrestlers. The only thing is though, if you abuse your powers too much, then Vince McMahon will come out and he will replace you with a computer referee, and that will really bring your fun down. The whole Royal Rumble still the same, 10, 20, 30, and they kept the 40-man Royal Rumble just to make it more harder. The backstage brawl, nothing's really changed about that except that you can have more running room. You can bash your opponent to many other stuff. Um, the title match, there's a lot more titles to win and defend. They got the WCW heavyweight title. They got the hardcore title, the European title, the WWF Classic Intercontinental Championship, the Cruiserweight. They have a lot of titles. You know, you're gonna want to win a lot of them. So you got more choices just to what you want. You know. And another match that they brought back was one that I have not seen in a very long time, the I Quit match. The last time I played that match was on another game called SmackDown Just Bring It. This one's a very fun game. It's like Last Man Standing, but um, the whole thing about it is like just to incapacitate your opponent. You push the pinning button, and they'll get the referee to put the microphone towards their mouth. The whole thing about it is just that it's like the Royal Rumble type thing. Like you have to stop it at the exact point, just so that you can still be in the match. If you don't, then you simply say I quit. So now let's talk about the most important part of this game, which is choosing your wrestlers. Now, when you play in exhibition mode, you will see that the top half is the WWE superstars, and at the bottom, you will see the Attitude Era superstars. You get to play your superstars from today or even in the past, such as the Big Boss Man, Animal and Hawk, the three faces of Mick Foley, Vader, Triple H of 1999, Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero. You get to even play the British Bulldog, Ken Shamrock, X-Pac, Road Dogg, the badass Billy Gunn, hell, even more. Now, there is some characters you can download, but at the time, there's a little bit you can download, you know? But they're still fun to play with, no doubt about it. You can download people such as Gangrel, Scotty Tuhati, Rikishi, Grandmaster Sexy, Ryback, Tenzai, Undertaker, hell, even Mike Tyson. Now, note to self, if you barely got this game and you just want to hop onto a exhibition match, I strongly suggest that you play Attitude Era mode and you do the Attitude Era objectives just to unlock some wrestlers, because it'll really make the matches more interesting and you can have your favorite superstars fight, whether it be John Cena versus The Rock from '98, or you can even have Kane versus Kane. Oh, did I even mention that the John Cena of '04 is in here? You know, the Dr. Thugonomics? Oh, yes, it's true. Even Brock Lesnar's in here. So, the next thing I want to talk about happens to be the gameplay. Now, the controls are similar just like the ones in WWE 12. The grapple is still grapple, the punch is still the punch, the run is still the run. The little trigger, the R trigger, that one's to block punches and grapples. I don't know if that's the exact same one from WWE 12, but excuse me on that because I have not played 12 in a very, very long time. Um, the gameplay, actually, the whole animation is very, very amazing. The graphics, up to its perfection. They really, really did make this into one hell of a game. Um, they actually fixed the whole imperfections, you know, Like whenever you're doing a headlock, the person you're giving the headlock, their head won't go through your arm or through your chest. You know, they actually fixed that, and they really made it really smooth. And to make the matches more better, you could have the OMG moments. The OMG moments can only be performed if you have a stored finisher or if you have the finisher icon flashing. To perform these OMG moments, you have to put them in spots that you can actually do them. For example, if you put your opponent leaning on the barricade, you can actually spear them by using that finisher, but it'll say OMG. So if you push the selected button to actually do it, you could spear them through the table. You could put them on announcer's table and elbow slam them. You can put them on top of the apron and suplex them outside of the ring. Or you could do the one that everyone's trying to do. Make two giants superplex each other off of the apron onto the ring and making the ring collapse. So THQ actually really did a number on the gameplay, and I really like it. I really enjoyed it. So I want to get down my final thoughts and review on WWE 13. If you're a wrestling fan, I recommend this game for you because you get to relive the Attitude Era, one of the greatest eras out there, and you get to put them up face to face with the superstars that you see today. Another thing is, if you're a creative person, then this game is definitely for you because you have the all new create your own arena, and you know with all the creative things you can do, create a wrestler, finisher, storyline, and all that, you would go crazy at being creative with everything. The gameplay, the animations, the graphics are off the charts. Seriously, one thing I love about the game is when you have a finisher, and if someone does an aerial assault, you can reverse that into a finisher. For example, if you're Randy Orton, you're down the ground, you have a finisher icon stored, and your opponent it jumps off the ropes. You can reverse that into a RKO in midair. It doesn't have to be with Randy Orton. It could be with John Cena, Big Show, Kane, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho. They could turn your aerial assaults into a finisher of their own. The things that I have to say that are negative would be if you are a person that doesn't have Xbox Live nor a PSN account, this may get very boring because after when you beat everything, you would want to set your skills to the max. You want to test your skills out with other opponents, but then again, you don't have online accounts, so it would be pretty hard. At times when you're playing online, their signal, your opponent's signal may not be as strong as yours, so they may cut off, and it can pretty much make the match really boring. One thing I don't like though is how some glitches are. You know, I played this TLC match and I superplex this person off of the ladder onto the table, and it was a finisher. Once I did that, 3 seconds later, they got up, got on the ladder, got the briefcase, and won. Uh, the glitches can really screw you up. And yeah, I mean, other than that, how would I rate this game? Not a shining gold, not even a gold, but just like a polished gold. It would be a gold for sure. This game is just absolute at its best, and trust me, it's worth it. So yeah, this is my first ever game review. Hope y'all enjoy and leave me your feedback.